Thank you. On behalf of the Seika family, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to celebrate with us today. Thank you for taking the time and effort to come to this wonderful venue, especially people traveling from other states. And we have 5 overseas guests here today. Thank you very much for coming. Judging from Ellie and Andras' honeymoon plans, some people would have paid a fortune just to have a free meal with us today. And my special thanks go to those who knew I was giving a speech but decided to turn up anyway. Now I would like to dedicate a moment to the memory of my late father, who very much adored Andras. His few months old grandson filled his last days with a late gift of happiness. He would very much love to be here today and be the happiest and proudest grandfather ever. Valentine's Day in the picturesque Hunter Valley, it doesn't come any more romantic, don't you think? And have a look at the gorgeous Ellie. And let's not forget about the handsome groom either. Andras has gone through a great deal of transformation and a bit of growing up since he moved out of the family home and started his own life with Ellie. Andras, you grew up in our home, and I hope that the most important experience that you take with us, with you, is the appreciation of a loving family. We individually are pretty unremarkable people, but together we are, and we have always been, something extra special. We had our ups and downs, spectacular successes, dramatic mistakes, and a fair share of adventures. But we always stuck together, supported each other, loved each other, and we always succeeded. Today, we wholeheartedly welcome Ellie into our family with the full entitlement of the Seika family tradition. And I think, Ellie, you already had a taste of what that means. A writer friend of mine wrote that we don't owe our children, we have them on loan. About a year ago, I noticed the way Ellie and Andras looked at each other and realized that our loan is soon to expire. And this was not an easy feeling. At the beginning, when Andras moved out and we looked at his empty room, Ilona, my incredible wife, had often tears in her eyes, but I have to admit that sometimes I had to hide a few tears myself too. We got caught between being happy to see him in love and sad that he will not be around all the time anymore. By the way, is there anyone wishing to rent a good room? It's freshly painted. I'm very grateful for the precious relationship I have shared with you, Andras. No, I share you with Ellie. The only consolation is that she obviously loves you very much. That makes it easier for me to stand up here now. I spent so many memorable and magic moments with you. We jumped out of an aeroplane together. We built your first computer together. We chose the crazy FTO and learned driving together. We traveled the world, made movies in my studio, and built the most amazing internet business together. We won a lot of money playing the share market, and we lost it together as well. But how could we not miss Andras? He was the one who always asked our opinion. And at the end, he did everything his way regardless. From the moment he first crawled, he displayed amazing determination to get what he wanted. In the early days, it was a toy, and then it became the latest computer, then the result at uni, and now the beautiful wife of his choice. And we will always remember the memorable moments of Andras' life. When he announced that he wanted to be a toy fixer. When he dyed his hair purple. When he installed a subwoofer in his car that was actually bigger than his boot. And I think it's still there today. Or when he brought a couple of ancient Amiga computers home from somebody's garbage, just to experiment with vintage technology when he had another 15 computers under his desk. Eli and Andris, ladies and gentlemen, this brings me to a very important part of my speech. Nearly 30 years of successful marriage gives me the qualification to call myself an expert and offer my advice. Andris, the single most important thing to remember every day if you wish to spend the rest of your life in harmony with your loved one is that she is always right. Forgetting this brings war and destruction. On the other hand, Eli, 27 years spent with parenting Andras tells me that best advice I can offer you, if you wish to live happily with my lovely son, is that he is always right. Not recognizing this can lead to devastation. So both of you, remember my advice. Following it may require compromises sometimes. Proving that you are right is not always the most important thing. Believe me, this is a bulletproof recipe to start building a lasting marriage. And finally, let me propose a toast to the lovely newlywed couple with the words of an old Persian wise man. May the best of your yesterdays be the worst of your tomorrows. Cheers, everybody. Thank you.